Hello, people. I can't think of anything that would be more fun on a Saturday in the snow than recording a tutorial on how to build a budget and try to make it fun. So here we are. I got my buddy here with me. Hopefully you have yours at home as well. And for those of you who live in warmer climates, this is what it looks like to live in Michigan. A good solid 5 to 6 months out of the year. So let's jump in and get started. And we're going to start taking a look here at what we call the circulatory system. Just a fun way to think about money in, money out, how our income and portfolio income act somewhat as the lifeblood of our lifestyle. So let's jump in. So really all we're talking about here is money in, money out, making good decisions about how to utilize our cash flow to power our household body forward, both now and in the future. So just a fun analogy. You will see in this spreadsheet that we've got things in categories here, and this will be a really simple process to go through this and fill this out. Your job is to really just focus on filling out these numbers inside of the tables by category. Down below, don't mess with any of these, any of the summary items such as total gross income. That'll pre-populate once you fill that in, and we'll help you do that as well. But all of these deferrals, we're going to use your pay stub and all of your information through the x-ray that we conduct during our vital signs workshop. We'll be able to fill all of this bottom part in. So please do not feel that you need to go and enter in all of your tax liabilities and your deductions that are coming out of your pay stubs and whatnot. We're going to do that to then give you a consolidated look at all of the numbers after all of these deductions come out, so that we can think with you about your total net annual expenses, what it looks like for your household to function, as well as the annual surplus that's there after all of these deductions and taxes come off the top of your income. So focus primarily on filling out the categories above. And when you have questions, let us know. We'll help you, of course. I'll get back into this in a moment. But on the right side, you will also see some just fun images and text about how we think this analogy works really great. Because essentially, think of your lungs as your income sources. And you all know better than we do that the heart receives oxygen-rich blood from the lungs and then distributes that oxygen-rich blood to the body. The body then uses that in order to fulfill life. Once it consumes all the oxygen from the blood, it's sent back to the heart, sent back to the lungs to then recycle that whole system. So it's very similar with our income and with our expenses as a household. Really, the primary difference there is that our households cannot recycle used blood. So we come back to our lungs, which one lung represents our earned income in the form of a job, right? And the other lung would represent portfolio income as it relates to having a built up wealth position, assets that generate income without you having to work for it. So for most people, we start with really one lung, and it's our job. And when we run out of money at the end of the month, we go back to work. So as we continue to build up our lung capacity in that portfolio lung over time, work becomes optional. And for some people, some choose to continue working because they love it. And for others, they walk away from work entirely and they use their portfolio income to generate all of their lifestyle. So really all this is, it's a fun way of thinking about using the lung capacity that we have now, building lung capacity for the long run, so that your body, your financial body, always has plenty of oxygen-rich blood to supply your lifestyle. So now that we're done having fun with that, let's go over here and just take a look at this as an example. So let's just put in a number. If we have a base income, 200,000, if we have some bonus income that pays out every year, put a number in there for that. We can put these numbers in per individual. So for all of you married couples out there, we're going to segment that out. So put in one at a time. Let's say one of us is making 175, the other one's making 250. And we'd love if you can categorize it by base and bonus, just so we can be able to differentiate that when we're doing our own summary for you. So one thing that you will see when you plug in those income sources, when you scroll down, that's automatically populating your total gross household income. And again, all these other things, please don't feel that you need to go and fill all of that out down below here with the deferrals. We're going to try to help you do that to save you time. But as an example, let's just say one of the other income sources out there that a lot of you may have would be maybe some residential real estate you might rent out. And let's just say you end up netting $24,000 a year off of that after expenses that come off the top. Maybe your residential real estate might be giving you $2,000 a month of additional household income. So we just want to get all of that categorized separately so we can get a good image of where the money's coming from different lung sources, whether it's portfolio income or if it's earned income. Okay. So all you're going to do when you go through these categories is enter in a number. We want to get an annual number. So we will say this Excel spreadsheet won't be able to automatically calculate if you put in the annual number first. That's fine. For some of you, if you're looking at, like as an example, if we go to travel vacation, let's say you want to take a couple big trips per year and we want to spend $15,000 a year on travel. What we see there is it did not automatically populate a monthly number. That's okay. The spreadsheet is built to calculate the annual number based on what you enter into a monthly amount. So at the end of the day, what we're trying to get to at the bottom here is what our annual numbers are. We want to know annual expenses, annual net income, annual net expenses. So please do not fret when you put in an annual number. That's awesome. That's what we want, but it will not automatically populate the monthly cell. Excel doesn't allow you to have two cells sending automatic calculations across each other. It just doesn't work. So as an example, if we have a mortgage up here, if we have $5,000 a month for our mortgage, we'll see that it automatically populates the annual number. But if we come down here and we say we want to spend a good solid $2,000 a year on golf, that does not automatically populate the monthly number. That's okay. We want the annual number. That's why we build it that way. So please let us know if you have any questions with this. But the last bit of advice that I would give you is don't think about what you can do. Think about what you want. Part of this is making cash flow planning, making circulatory system planning fun. Think about what you want. Don't think about what you can do. We definitely want to get down to your normal fixed expenses of what it looks like already currently right now, but have fun over here in this lifestyle passion category. Our job will be to take the data that you give us, run the numbers, and find out what is realistic based on your current lifestyle objectives and your long-term lifestyle objectives. Don't sweat thinking about what's realistic. Let us help you figure that out collectively. And if you have questions as you fill this out, please let us know. It's very common for people to have questions about what we see out there as being kind of normal for certain things. But again, we want this to be as unique as possible. So if you have a question about, well, what is everybody else spending on travel, or what is everybody else doing for that? We'll definitely want to have a conversation with you about what do you want, and we'll help you figure it out. But we're going to do this twice. We're going to do this for current expenses. That's where the Fly Now workshop comes into play. We think with you about what do you want your lifestyle to look like starting right now. And also we're going to do this as if we're retired. So we're going to go through it twice, but your job is just to try to get this filled out to the best of your ability with the time that you have. Our job is to help you fill in the missing pieces and help make sense of it. But I think it's fun. Again, everything that we're doing here is just trying to apply some of those pre-existing clinical skills and understanding of a human body and how we can apply to making decisions with money too. And so circulatory system, great analogy. And let's have some fun filling it out. Let us know how we can help. Have a great rest of your day.